Welcome back to Spit.
Welcome back to the show, you
This is
guys.
the last college football game. Texas A&M defeats LSU 74-72 as an insane number.
Yes, you heard that correctly.
Yes. Most points scored in a college football game in the modern era. That's insane. 7 overtimes. Is that right?
Which is a record. Yeah.
Which is a record. Oh, man.
My bad. It ties the record.
Yeah, it's close to being the record.
Yeah, if they went to 8, it would have been the record.
Yeah. Anyway, where would we begin? Let's get some stats knocked out. You would think there'd be a ton of stats, but not really.
Really not.
No,
outside of A&M's running back.
Alrighty. Kyle Mott had a good game. 6 touchdowns. That's good. And almost 300 yards. Williams had almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Davis had 100 yards and a touchdown. He had that touchdown sent into overtime, so that was a great, amazing throw and catch. Joe Burrow had a really great game. 270 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, 100 yards and 3 touchdowns running. He was everything for their offense. Jefferson had an okay game, 63 yards and a touchdown. Alrighty. Man, where do we begin? Not a whole lot of defense. SEC, those defenses that didn't play well this one.
Yeah, what happened to that defense?
Right? That's the thing. When your opponent has 117 snaps, it's not easy to have play great defense. So that's a little bit have to do with why Big 12 teams struggle so much on defense. Other things is bad coaching, missed assignments, not as talented, but a little bit has to do with this so many snaps. So I want to get that out of the way. Anyway. Man, this LSU team, especially on their defense, I'm disappointed in them. I figured that they were going to do a lot better in this game. I thought they were going to win easily, like 10 points, and they lost this game and gave up 74 points, which is insane. Both teams had 40 points in overtime. That's crazy. I think a little bit had to do with overtime. LSU and Texas A&M, both their defenses were exhausted. So, in that situation, offenses are going to prevail. So, I think that's one of the big reasons why they got so many points scored. In college, they are on their own 30-ish yard line, so it's not hard to score points in overtime. But you got to give it to both these teams. They fought really hard, and neither one of these teams gave up. And A&M just got 2 points when they needed it and won the game. Feel bad for Coach O. He got back with Gatorade and
had to deal with the whole rest of the game.
Yeah, he had to deal with being cold the whole rest of the game.
You know he was cold. You know he hit when the breezes hit you. You're like, oh god.
He's probably cold and pretty pissed.
Yeah.
So, I thought the game was over when they threw that interception, but he was down. They got really lucky. A&M got lucky with that spike pass. I kind of thought that game was over then, but the refs kind of gave a couple things to A&M. I thought in overtime that the tight end for A&M, I thought that was a catch and a fumble, but apparently it wasn't. So A&M got some breaks. Home field advantage really came in. Some people on Twitter said that they had to go against the 13th man, which is the crowd and the ref. So LSU didn't get some calls that would go their way, but they had opportunities to win this game. And they didn't capitalize on. But great win by A&M. I wanted LSU to win because I picked them. I can't stand that Texas A&M. I'm gonna put that bias out there. But great win by Aggies, man. Jimbo Fisher's a hell of a coach, and he made that team not give up on that game. So I'm really proud of A&M, and they really fought through with a lot of adversity.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones that weren't expecting this score.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was kind of the same boat, man. I picked LSU because I figured that defense was going to get all over A&M, knowing that they have a pretty good weapons on that offense. Quarterback's pretty good, so I figured that defense would play a lot better than that. They've been playing well this season, so I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was game plan for A&M, how they was approaching it, or what the case may have been. But man, A&M definitely did not want to lose this game. And man, they definitely kept fighting and fighting. It was pretty much in the regular quarters of this game. They were going back and forth. It was they score one, they score one. And it looked like it was going to end up being whoever had the ball last. And then like I said, I thought the game was over once the pick happened. Then come to find out, the game ain't over. Get the ball, and they with a second or so to go, they throw it down there really good throw by Mod, really good catch by the receiver, and yeah, they tie the game. And sure enough, we're in overtime, and yeah, we end up having 7 of them. I don't even know where to begin, like how crazy that was. I figured by the 3rd or 4th OT it was going to be over, but no, man, it just kept going and going, and finally they got to like the 5th or 6th one, and told my buddy that I was watching it with, I was like, I don't even care who at this point who wins, like somebody just win, man.
Yeah.
You know them players that be exhausted on both sides of the ball. If I remember correctly, one of the announcers said it was almost a 5-hour game, so you know them guys are freaking exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at all on why there was so much points scored in overtime. I get it. By that time, you guys are exhausted, and yeah, it just makes it that much more easier when you put them on the 30-yard line. So I get why there was so many points scored, but dang, man, it was just crazy to watch. Of course, it was history for us to watch, so that was an incredible game. But yeah, man, A&M just did not want to give up, and they didn't, man. I'll give them that 1,000% effort, man. That was crazy. I did not expect that out of A&M at all, and that shows me in the future, future games and all this about A&M. I'm not going to sleep on them like that anymore. That's crazy. They did that against a pretty solid defense in my eyes. And, yeah, they just fought. And that's all you can ask for out of your teams, man, is just fight. But, yeah, man, crazy game, historic game, great win by A&M. Tough loss for LSU, man, to go on the road. Coach gets a bath, and it's all worth nothing. So that was very, very tough for them. But I think they're going to bounce back and be all right. But yeah, man, what a fight, what a game for A&M, and that was a fun game to watch, just overall.
Alrighty, well, that's all I got to say about this game.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, we'll love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.